Hey everyone, before we get into today's story, make sure to hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you'd do if you were in my situation. I remember that night vividly. It was my wife's birthday, a celebration she had been planning for weeks. I was excited for her, wanting to make it perfect, but I had no idea how quickly that excitement would turn into disbelief and heartbreak. The party started normally enough, friends, laughter, the soft glow of candles on her cake. But as the night wore on, I noticed a shift. My wife, normally warm and attentive, seemed distracted. Her phone buzzed repeatedly, and she checked it with a subtle glance that didn't go unnoticed. She laughed at messages I couldn't read, her lips curling at words I wasn't meant to see. I tried to dismiss it as harmless social chatter. And then it happened. I watched from across the room, nursing a drink when she gravitated toward her boss. Not in a casual, friendly way, something else was in the air. They leaned close, laughing at a joke only they shared, her hand brushing his arm lightly. My chest tightened. I told myself I was imagining it. My wife was charming, sure, but I had to believe she wouldn't, would she? Minutes later, I saw it clearly. The flirtation, the stolen glances, the way she leaned in when he spoke, the softness in her eyes I had only seen for me. My mind raced. I wanted to confront her, to demand an explanation, but I froze. Part of me hoped it wasn't what it looked like. Part of me already knew. The night continued, and every interaction she had with him chipped away at something inside me. The laughter, the quiet touches on his shoulder, the way she straightened her hair when he looked. Each small act was a blow I couldn't ignore. I remembered all the times she had told me I was her world, that our love was unshakable. And yet here she was choosing attention from someone else right in front of me. After the party, the tension followed us home. I wanted to ask her directly, but my throat felt tight. My words lodged somewhere between disbelief and sorrow. Later that night, I saw her phone light up with a message from him. Had a great time tonight, winky face. My stomach sank. My worst fears were confirmed. I tried to rationalize. Maybe it was harmless, a joke, playful teasing. But the signs had been there for weeks. Missed calls I was told were work emergencies. Late nights that were suddenly important projects. Her laughter at messages I wasn't allowed to see. All of it painted a picture I wasn't ready to accept. Over the following days, I replayed memories in my mind. The gentle touches, the quiet nights, the promises of fidelity. They all felt tainted. Even small moments like her hand brushing mine while we watched TV now carried the shadow of doubt. I questioned myself, wondering if I had failed somehow, if I had missed signs, if I was overreacting. But deep down I knew. Finally I confronted her. I didn't yell or scream. I simply asked, voice trembling, "Was there something between you and him at the party?" She froze, eyes wide, then quickly looked away. I didn't mean anything by it," she whispered. "It was just playful, I swear." Her explanation didn't ease the pain. I wanted to scream at her, to tell her the betrayal cut deeper than she could imagine. And yet I also saw her struggle with guilt, her remorse tangible. She wasn't a villain. She was human, flawed, capable of mistakes. But the truth remained. The trust we had built was fractured. I spent the next few weeks in quiet reflection, sorting through the memories of our life together. Every laugh, every shared secret, every moment of intimacy suddenly felt layered with uncertainty. And in that silence I realized something crucial. Love alone wasn't enough to sustain a relationship built on dishonesty. The turning point came one evening when she tried to reach out, to explain again, to reclaim the closeness we had lost. I listened genuinely, but I realized my heart could not simply forgive and forget. I needed space, a chance to heal, and a chance to regain my sense of self. Staying in the same home, under the same roof, knowing the truth would be an endless torment. So I made a choice, not out of anger, not out of revenge, but out of self-respect. I told her I needed time apart. I packed a small bag, kissed her cheek softly, and walked out the door, carrying with me both the pain of betrayal and the strength that comes from honoring my own worth. In the weeks that followed, I allowed myself to grieve. Memories that used to bring joy now carried a sting. But with each passing day, I felt myself growing stronger. I realized that betrayal doesn't define you. Your response does. I learned that love without honesty and respect is fragile, and that survival sometimes means stepping away rather than clinging to what no longer serves you. Now, months later, the hurt lingers, but so does clarity. I've reclaimed my boundaries, rebuilt my confidence, and begun to trust myself again. I still remember the warmth of her hand, the softness in her smile, but those memories no longer have the power to control me. I am enough on my own. If there's one lesson I want you to take from this story, it's that betrayal tests the very core of who you are. But surviving it is about reclaiming your life, honoring your self-worth, and understanding that love should never come at the cost of your dignity. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories like this, and tell me in the comments, what would you do if someone you loved betrayed your trust in front of your eyes? I want to hear your thoughts because these stories remind us all of the fragility of love, the weight of betrayal, and the quiet courage it takes to protect our hearts.